I'm watching two people negotiate. One guy's confident, relaxed, charming. The other's visibly nervous, hands shaking slightly, speaking carefully. Guess who won? The anxious one. And it wasn't even close. Here's the psychology that confident people refuse to admit. You've been told your whole life that confidence wins. Walk in like you own the room, fake it till you make it, project certainty. But here's what actually happens in high-stakes situations. Confident people assume everyone thinks like them. They miss signals, they overcommit, they get blindsided. Anxious people? They see everything, and that makes them unpredictable in a way confidence never will be. This isn't about social anxiety being good for you. It's about understanding why the thing you thought made you weak might be the exact reason certain people feel off balance around you. Here's the first reason. Anxious people operate from a threat detection advantage. Your amygdala, the brain's threat sensor, is hyperactive. While confident people walk into rooms assuming positive intent, you're scanning for microexpressions, tone shifts, power dynamics. Neuroscience research from Stanford proves that people with higher baseline anxiety detect social threats 300 milliseconds faster than average. That's not paranoia, that's a processing edge. When someone's lying, you feel it before they finish the sentence. When someone's testing you, you see the setup coming. Confident people miss it because they're not looking. You're not overthinking, you're out-processing them. Second, anxious people are unpredictable, and unpredictability creates fear. Confident people follow scripts. They're charming, agreeable, easy to read. Anxious people don't. You pause before answering. You shift energy without warning. You go silent mid-conversation. Psychology calls this behavioral variability, and it triggers a primal response. When someone can't predict you, their nervous system flags you as a potential threat. It's not that you're scary, it's that they can't figure out your next move, and human brains hate uncertainty more than they hate conflict. But here's where it gets strange. Confident people unconsciously seek validation. They need you to reflect their self-image back to them. When you're anxious, you're not playing that game. You're not laughing at jokes that aren't funny. You're not agreeing to maintain comfort. You're in self-preservation mode. And that withheld validation, it breaks their rhythm. Research from behavioral psychology shows that people perceived as high status become destabilized when their social cues don't land. They start performing harder, seeking approval from the one person not giving it to you. You just flipped the power dynamic without saying a word. Fourth, anxious people choose words like they're spending money. Confident people talk freely, filling space, thinking out loud. Every sentence is calculated. You've already pre-analyzed 5 ways it could be misunderstood. This creates what linguists call high-density communication. Fewer words, but each one carries weight. When you finally speak, people listen harder because your silence made them wait. You didn't try to command attention, you made them work for your input, and effort creates value. Here's the part confident people don't want to admit. They're often intimidated by anxious people because anxiety reveals their bluff. Confidence is a performance, anxiety is raw self-awareness, and when those two meet, the performance gets exposed. You're not projecting certainty so they can't mirror it. You're not seeking approval so they can't manipulate it. You're not following social scripts so they can't predict you. That's not weakness, that's a psychological leverage they don't have a counter for. If you're anxious, you've been told your whole life to fix it, medicate it, manage it. But what if the goal isn't to become confident? What if the goal is to understand the edge you already have? Confident people win social games. Anxious people win psychological warfare. You see moves before they're made. You withhold validation that others desperately need. You make people work for your approval. That's not a disorder. That's a completely different operating system. If this hit different, subscribe, because most psychology channels teach you to fix yourself. This one teaches you to weaponize what you already are. Next video breaks down why people who plan too much never execute and the exact neurological trap keeping you stuck.